My name is Muad Muhammad, and I'll be speaking today about the Navajo language. The Navajo language is one of the oldest languages spoken in the United States. It is also one of the top 5 hardest languages on the entire planet. The Navajo language is spoken by the Navajo Nation living in northern Arizona and northeastern New Mexico and southern Utah Reservation, which is considered to be the biggest reservation in the United States. According to a study conducted in 1990, an estimated number of 120,000 people living in the Navajo Nation have fluency in Navajo, which represents a 75% of the reservation populace, not taking into consideration the number of people living off the reservation. The Navajo language is considered an endangered language due to the colonization by the Spanish in the 19th century when they took over Mexico and the surrounding areas, till now was finally restored by the Americans during the American-Mexican War in 1848. The United States then allowed Navajo children to attend their schools, where they insisted that Navajo kids speak English and practice Christianity against their will. For students who spoke Navajo in schools, they had their mouths washed with soap as punishment. Over the years, the Navajo stopped teaching their kids the language, for fear of punishment, which caused the language to decline rapidly. The Navajo language is extremely different from English. It uses a very complex set of rules in both its dialect and writing style, all incorporated with the use of vowels, and depending on the length of the vowel, the same word can have different meanings. In fact, the language is so different that it was one of the key factors in winning World War II in 1942 against the Japanese army, who at that time were using English-speaking soldiers to intercept American messages. In response, the American army began using Navajo codes that were impossible to decode for non-Navajo speakers. The Navajo soldiers who participated were called the Code Talkers of World War II and were honored for their contribution and victory in 1992 at the Pentagon by President George W. Bush. As mentioned earlier, Navajo is an endangered language, and a lot is being done to save the language. In 1943, a dictionary was written to help teach the language, and in spite of all the attention the language was getting back then, by the 1960s, Navajo was considered endangered, and a lot of schools were founded to spread the language and teach it to the younger generation. The language is also being used very often at the tribe meetings to preserve it. The Navajo language is thought to have arrived from far northern Mexico around 1500 AD, where it is settled around Arizona, Mexico, and Utah till this very day. Languages are very important. They define who we are as human beings. They tell the story of our origin. They express our culture, our ideas, our heritage. So to preserve them is to preserve who we are as humans.